Alright. So, if you have been following our recent uploads, you'll notice that I've started uploading the Dark Souls stream again. I edited everything we had left, and it turns out Travis no longer has both the DLC recordings and the game. So, I decided since we were so close to the end of the game by that point, I'm going to go ahead and take over the stream for him. It's just the Four Kings and then the final boss. But I also need to do the Artorias of the Abyss DLC. So, I unfortunately already completed Artorias and the Four Kings on my save file that I was using to go along with Travis's stream. So I needed to start over with a new character. So I decided to just have a stream, go ahead and also test my console streaming capabilities. And that's what we're going to be doing right now.
So we're going to basically be designing the weirdest looking character we possibly can for this, and...
Sure, why not? Though I do know what class I want him to be.
Oh yeah, that's totally up to you, but... See, I'm sorry guys for selling my copy of Dark Souls and my PS3 to play said Dark Souls, but don't worry, I'm going to be streaming Bloodborne here pretty soon. In fact, maybe tomorrow if I'm around, probably tomorrow night. Because I played it just a tiny bit to get a taste of it, and it's really good. So I want to show you guys, especially if you haven't seen it. It looks amazing.
Yeah. I would like to, I mentioned this idea to him, of like having a separate recording, not so much a stream, because that would have a frame rate and bit rate drop, but just he records some of the game, and then myself and maybe Yoshi commentate with him, kind of just as the first impressions.
Yeah, and I guess I could always do little streams on the side that we don't record too, just to entertain the masses.
Yeah, those are always fun. Pop out the chat. All right, so.
Oh man, I wish you could name him Juan Francisco Martinez Modesto.
It's not, well, that would take so long to type out with the keypad thing they're doing.
And I don't think it'd be able to fit. That's the problem.
You had to name a character Taco the Rock.
I liked Taco the Rock though. He didn't take shit from anybody. He just shoved people with wood planks. Which, ironically, the only shield I seem to find in Bloodborne was a wood plank. So they're bringing it back.
See what body type to go with.
I like tiny head for whatever reason. I like you're picking deprived of everything. Naked and clubbing.
That's because it starts out with the best stats. It's just you don't have any items.
The funny thing is, like, the way that you end up picking your kind of class system in Bloodborne, they don't let you pick a class necessarily, but they let you pick, like, the past life of your person, and that kind of dictates your stat alignment. So, like, if a soldier is going to have, like, more attack and skill, and then there's, like, noble class and people with, like, rough backgrounds, and one of them is just called, like, useless, I think, and it's just like, you have no talents. You're a loser. You should die. My favorite face is the is working alongside the what is it, the smiley Katarina face that they have, the one with the really big creepy eyes. Oh, that looks too innocent. It looks like his face is just about to explode. It's like, that just feels strange.
God knows I toaster.
Burn.
God. For some reason, there's something very creepy about this face. Maybe because it looks like a baby.
It looks like me. Which is kind of appropriate because he gave him my username. Okay, my eyes aren't that creepy. Wow, that looks a lot like a baby now. Make him bald or with like baby hair. There you go. He's the baby. Tiny boy, baby boy. And he has a huge muscular body and a little head.
God, he's blue.
Dubba dee dubba die.
I accept this nightmare. Story. We already know.
We know. We basically fucking fire went out and we're cursed, and now we're in prison. I feel like making a proper gentleman in Bloodborne and just naming him Duke Wellington. Oh my god. He looked like a corpse before, but I mean... I think you should go up and punch those other baby zombies. Give him a 1-4. Who needs a sword? Just use your fists. Looks like it's time to speedrun Dark Souls.
Hey. Hey. I don't like you.
I like you.
Well, it doesn't do anything.
I feel bad for them. They're just gonna stare at you like, what the hell? I was just sitting there. Baby needs club, though. Really bad.
Baby go clubbing.
Baby don't need no clothes.
I ain't
Look at
afraid
that zombie
no clothes.
baby ass. No baby. Bad baby.
Look, if you can beat him with a shield.
Fair enough. Hey, I beat 2 of the bosses with a shield, so I feel pretty damn proud. Not just any shield, the wood plank.
Yeah.
You need. I wish you could name your own weapons in this game, because you need a weapon called the fecal briefcase.
This is probably gonna take a while.
You think?
Oop.
Oh yeah, you can't heal or block, right?
Right. Yeah, never mind.
Get out of there. Game over, man. Game over.
It was a valiant effort.
Clearly, you needed the plank shield to defeat him. Which you're about to get. I can't wait till you become human. Because somehow that's scarier than your zombie form. I want you to dual wield that like I did. You got this. Oh no!
Back here, you son of a bitch!
Done, you son of a bitch. That's how pathetic that weapon is.
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, backstab with the club, that makes sense.
Well, look at all the damage it did.
True. So one thing I do miss about Dark Souls that's not in Bloodborne is summoning signs. You don't do it that way anymore for like co-op. You do it with these you do it with these bells you find. Like you find this one bell pretty early on, and then you got to somehow locate these other bells to be able to be summoned. So one bell allows you to summon, and then there's another bell that allows you to be summoned to a different world. It's kind of stupid.
Regrettably.
I remember how mad I got at one of my friends because I took the Dark Souls games over to his house to be like, okay, try this game out, and I won't tell you anything about it. He entered in that room and immediately killed that dude.
What, Oscar?
Now you don't even know what the yeah. I'm like, you don't even know what the plot is now. Good. I mean, you can do it, but you could have waited until he was done. See, I kind of like the idea that in this game he completely disappears after death, and then he reappears later.
Yeah.
Like he just kind of reforms. Though. Yeah, he just kind of reforms out of nothingness.
I didn't mean to jump. Okay.
To me, what kind of confused me about Oscar is that, I mean, under your circumstances, I mean, you can die as many times as you want, and you can always kind of get back up, but I guess he just gave up on life after he gave you that message. But, like, which is kind of weird, because I know in the alternate version, he was actually supposed to go with you, like, throughout the game. So, like, it made it to where his message in this game was to give you a message. That was, like, his life goal. And then he's just like, okay, completed, now I can die. Or hollow, whatever, how you like to put it.
I did both.
Alright, baby, go boom.
Baby, go smack! Boom.
Let me stab you with this round object. Now just bop him on the ass. Oh, those jiggle physics.
The Donka Demon returns.
It's better than Flaming Badonka Demon. Or Magic Badonka Demon. Did you ever watch that video of that guy that managed to beat Orstein and Smo with a Guitar Hero controller?
I have not. I need to see that.
It was outrageous. Like, I couldn't even believe it. Is there a piece of clothing that you can put on that just looks like a diaper?
I'm pretty much wearing it.
That's it? There's no, like, big white one you can wear? And then the Estus flask is basically a bottle.
Yeah.
And your club is like a rattle.
Baby, go boom! I like the way he runs when he switches items. Just go read.
Oh my dear.
I don't have anything I can give to the crow. Onward.
DTS RV, I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you know about some kind of Bomberman game that I'm not aware of yet that I have to sit through?
I'm not gonna make you sit through the new Bomberman LPs.
Thank you. I've done my tour of hell. Of course, there are probably going to be some secret porn where it's like, hey, no, you don't have to do that. Hey, by the way, could you sit on this one? I got the surprise game that ends up being Bomberman.
Which is not the surprise video that I sent you today.
Oh no. Wait.
I said it's not.
Okay, good.
There is a Bomberman RPG. I have not played it though.
Is that like Mario RPG or something?
I don't
it's
think
not
so.
as fun.
It was Japan only.
I was watching this LP of the game Steel Battalion. Do you remember that game?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've played it.
It's the one where you have to buy like the giant ass like mecha controller. It's got like 40 buttons on it. It's about like 6 feet wide, and there's like to even power on your mech, you got to flip the switches, kind of like a real mech sort of thing. It looks like super complicated, but that's what makes it look super cool. Yes, join the way of the white baby.
Now let me.
This is a good decision.
I don't know any of these.
I think Steel Battalion was an Xbox exclusive, like the original one. But I always wanted to play it. It's just when it came out at the time, it was super expensive because of the controller. I think it was like a $200 game at the time.
Here, I'll tell you what, Travis. I don't know if I'm going to be doing all Bomberman, like, recorded at once. But
Right.
what I'll do is, like, I'll record the first video. I'll send that to you. I'll let you look at it, see if... Is this something you think you would hate, or would you like to take part in this?
Oh, fair enough. I like it's bad. Don't worry, you don't have to do it. Well...
Again, you don't have to, but...
Right.
I would like you to at least consider it.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, most likely.
All the games I have lined up, except for Saturn Bomberman, are pretty much completely different from the ones we played for the Mega Thread. And Saturn Bomberman is, like, it's basically the very best Bomberman anyway. Ooh. Killed a skeleton!
It's weird how blue you are.
It really is.
You're like Dr. Manhattan. But baby Dr. Manhattan. Baby zombie Dr. Manhattan.
It was a little easy to backstab you a second time there. Oh, and they break. That's easy.
Oh my god, it's Skeleton Man! Skeleton Man!
Skeleton Man!
My favorite line in that entire thing... Well, two of my favorite lines. The first one was just saying, like, so what part of him is the skeleton? The skeleton part. And the fact that he can see you with his skeleton eyes.
As in his eyes.
Or as in the holes.
Why am I jumping? This no, is the oh dear. No, you don't.
By the way, if you want a fact that really blows your mind, do you know the word Q, like the line, has 4 silent letters?
I saw that. Where's the other one?
See, honestly, honestly, I do want to play more games that are either bad. They're just so bad they're easy to make fun of. But a lot of the bad games are bad because they're not fun.
Yeah.
I kind of found that out because I was gonna do like a bunch of bad games, and then I put in like Cabela's and Rogue Warrior, and I was like, wow, these games are so bad. I hate them. I legitimately hate them. Although uppercutting hyenas was kind of fun.
Oh, are you talking about that hunting game you did?
Oh yeah. And then I ended up in Alaska and like getting lost for 2 hours because I couldn't find anything to shoot.
You pretty much saw everything in that map.
Yep. And I think I uppercutted wolves the rest of the time. Just, yeah, don't even bother killing them. Go for the items. Unless you're just trying to show off how to be a baby. Luck
man.
be a baby tonight. Oh, and one thing I do miss about Bloodborne is they got rid of the kick. Because the kick is kind of nice.
Yeah.
It helped when you ran into those random dudes that are way too strong.
We can get rid of these first couple of skeletons. Oh, including that guy.
It is skeleton stab.
Yeah, the R2 just seems to automatically be a jump.
With that weapon, really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe two-handed it won't do a jump. See, I think to stick with the whole baby thing, the big weapon you should try to aim for is that poisonous club that the big fat poison dudes drop. It's like big club maybe, or I forget which one it's called, but it's one of the club. I think it's giant club.
Remembers of the giant club.
And then later the Smo hammer will probably work pretty well. I kind of like the idea that other guy just over there going like, why did you bring this to the camp?
That's how you cheap out a skeleton.
Yeah. Another game that has kicking that's just ridiculous is that other game for the PS4, Dying Light. I picked up that game. It's basically a zombie first-person game, and for whatever reason, doing normal attacks, you waste stamina like you do in this game. Kicking uses no stamina whatsoever. So, like, I'll be, like, fighting dudes off and I run out of stamina, and I'll just do a can-can, just kicking, like, 10 zombies away.
Murder, 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 murder.
Hey! Then later in the game, you get a drop kick. Because...
To the can-can like it's wet. It's worse.
Let's see, the Morningstar's sort of a baby rattle of death.
Probably kill a baby first.
The baby would put it in its mouth.
Ah, get out of the way.
Gamma Station, it's important that you put the words more manlier there. Because it's wrong, but that's how men would say it. More manlier. Alright, no reason to go back to the graveyard ever again.
I think something killed itself.
Also, you forgot to pick up the shield, but oh well.
Well, as long as I reset them. Doesn't matter. Let's see.
People are mentioning that that hitbox is getting kind of laggy.
We haven't dropped any frames, so it's probably on their end. Or just hitbox being hitbox.
I'm kind of sad that I don't have that part from the Artorias part, because my fights with Artorias and Manus were actually kind of hype.
Yeah.
The Artorias part just because I was having a lot of fun with it, and the other one because I think I was like sitting there going like, man, I'm gonna give this one more shot, and I was like, stream, give me your energy. And I think it was like down to like my sliver of health and his sliver of health, and it was really dramatic, and that was also the last thing I did in the stream, so... Oh shit, I think you're dead.
Yeah. Also, you beat that first boss, the Mana Core, in one shot.
I didn't find him that hard. Maybe it's just because I had that huge weapon.
Maybe.
I think apparently, well, it looked like later in the game you could fight two of them at once, which would suck. And apparently the dragon's even harder. I guess you're just going, yeah, screw all those souls I got.
club.
And something I'm trying to figure out now about Bloodborne's lore, just because I'm not willing to do the research to learn this information, is, and like in this game, everyone's obsessed with souls. Everyone in that game is obsessed with blood. They act like it's a form of currency. I'm like, I don't get it. Like in this game, you kind of figure out why souls are, because souls make you stronger, and everyone's kind of trying to keep their own soul and shit like that. I guess you'd want to keep your own blood, I suppose.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's its own world.
Yeah.
Blood's probably more than just cells and plasma.
Like, I don't even think this is a spoiler, but like the beginning cinematic goes into like a first-person perspective of a guy, and I guess it's your player, and you're getting a blood transfusion, and then you start seeing werewolves and random shit, so it's kind of curious what the hell's going on.
God, I hate this jump. And this bridge.
The Ring of Sacrifice!
Let's see. What?
So one of the curious questions, what would a stand be called? Well, the stands are usually named after rock bands. So, think of one that hasn't been taken. Well, I mean, they're pretty much all named after rock bands. There's like Metallica and shit like that. I just gotta think of a really dumb one. Oh, I know one. Necrogoblicon. It's a goblin metal band. It's literally this lead singer, or I think it's the lead singer or the mascot's a goblin. Yeah, Bloodborne is basically Castlevania, except for with all, you know what? It's a lot like Castlevania. But I love Castlevania, so it's cool. And we'll never see a good Castlevania game again, so. I miss those 2D dungeon explorer games, like a good Metroid or a good Castlevania.
Souls games are basically Metroidvanias.
Yeah. I like games like that. I like the explore these areas. You'll eventually get this piece of equipment that'll allow you to explore more of the area. It's just one large map. Like one of the games that's probably in my like top 20 is Metroid Fusion for the GBA. And that game did it really well because it combined the element of the expanding map with also there's a character that's hunting you that you can't beat, which I think is super intense and awesome.
Whoa, that
I do
was
appreciate
a
a game where... Yep. I just arrow in the head.
I can imagine the wooden shield is better than this. Yeah, it is.
Apparently there's some 2D games that have been releasing Dark Soul-esque designed games. Especially lately, since I think it's the game series itself has gained a lot of notoriety and attention. There's one out recently called Pantheon, I think it does it, and there's a couple of other 2D ones that have that kind of interesting combination of, okay, I got to figure out how I'd approach this situation, and also the increased difficulty level of it. I think more people just want games like that.
Yeah.
Look, I got some of my coworkers to get Bloodborne as well because they're sitting there going like, I've never even heard of it, or I didn't look that good. I'm just like, dude, yeah, it's gonna be hard as balls, but you're gonna enjoy it once you give it a chance. And one of my friends was playing it and going, I've died so many times, but the fact that I want to keep coming back to play it means it's probably really good.
In fact, newer game Lords of the Fallen is basically just Dark Souls to the T.
Oh, you mean the Castlevania 3D one they made?
No, the game Lords of the Fallen.
Oh, because I was playing there's Lords of the Fallen for the Castlevania series because we were talking about that earlier. It's basically just God of War. To be fair, it ripped off like a bunch of game series. There's like a Shadow of the Colossus Part 2. Temporarily, yes, I am still stuck in retail. I don't have to sell shit, but it's a part-time job, so.
I'm still a zombie.
My job is student, which I'm almost done with. Man, I look like you're gonna miss that.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I can complain about still being in retail, you guys should appreciate it because it just means more wacky stories are going to happen. I think I already got a new wacky story to talk about just because I found it kind of hilarious that this place I work that I will not name, but they deal with cell phones a lot, had this woman come in, this old Russian woman. She was about 70 or 80, and she had a super thick accent, but she was sitting there going like, I hate this phone, I can't get this to work. And I'm like all right, and I just press this button to show her how it works. I'm just like, last week I came in here because it having this problem, now it has this problem, and I opened the phone and there's just porn everywhere, and I don't even look at porn. I don't even look at porn. You're sending me porn. So this Russian woman was basically just accusing me of sending her porn to her phone, and I didn't even know who she was. Plus, she's saying she just had a guilty conscience. She didn't want to admit she was looking at porn. And luckily this time I don't think it was horse porn.
You didn't check to make sure.
I didn't want to look. What do 80-year-old Russian women look at anyway? Russian porn. They're all wearing like heavy trench coats and babushkas.
Crush. I don't know where he came from. I need to actually put on some armor.
Aw, but you're no longer a baby.
Now I'm a military baby.
Okay, that's acceptable. You need to become human, though. You might be invaded, but then someone will just look at you and laugh. Also, I need to show you this video later. It's from Dark Souls 2. It's someone who created a character called the Noob Pyromancer. And every time he casts a spell, he ends up hitting himself. It's great. I love the idea of people that make characters that invade worlds just for the purpose of being, like, just either cosplaying or just joking around and things like this. And you see him, like, summon the spell, and then his whole body would just explode. It does look like your baby's moved up a rank in the military. Sergeant baby.
Let's use some of these. Soldier babies, soldier babies.
Soldier babies.
Tell you what, I'm gonna become human, but I'm not gonna use my souls. I'm gonna save those for the merchant.
Also, you'll probably be invaded by some twinker.
Hooray.
Yes. You're a pretty hairy soldier, baby.
That's what my mommy called me.
That's how you came out of the womb? Why? Baby needs nappy.
I'm a very hairy gun baby.
Does it grow on my head? It grows on my chest.
Splat.
Yeah, I might worth sharing in the chat. I think it's a great video because this guy's streaming clearly, and he catches that moment, and he's just crying, laughing as he's watching it happen.
I need that.
I think you need to destroy his pet bucket. Unless baby has bucket, no one has bucket. Just roll into it. There you go. Now you have nothing.
Quick vote, should I kill him?
When you kill him, you can just take his key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy everything you need from him?
I don't have the bottomless box, but I can keep literally everything on my body, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and also you can get the bottomless box later in the game, so... I would be okay with it, but let's see what the chat says. General Baby shows no mercy.
There's a mod to add beard features. We're
Can
leaning
you
towards
backstab
kill.
him? Can you backstab him?
I can probably kick him to make him stand up.
Give you some room.
Gone mad, have you? I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia! Yulia!
Uh-oh, shit. He tried to stab for some reason. I know if I ever have a baby, I'm gonna get him a face warmer that looks like a beard. So he's a bearded baby. I love the shrug, it's just kind of like, I really do need to record some more Skies of Arcadia. I might do it this weekend.
You also need to get Last of Us back to where you were so you can record more of that.
Tis true. Now we get to actually see it in its prettier glory. Here's the thing about babies. Babies don't know what death is, so they don't fear it. So he makes the perfect soldier. I mean, to be fair, baby would be sucking on his toes right now if he could.
Baby, make do with yours.
You know what's kind of great about having a nephew, or like mainly just a nephew, is that a nephew will try his best to look cool in front of you, and then you basically just call him a nerd, and it ruins his day. I do this with one of my cousins because he shows up, he's like, "What's up, yo?" And I'm just like, "Oh, you're a nerd." He's like, "No, I'm not."
Baby getting fired on. Hulk babies. That was a twofer. No, you don't.
I wish you could just pick him up and throw him off the edge. Baby don't want this.
Baby don't like you.
Also, it's nice in Bloodborne that they brought back the ragdolls.
Yeah.
That's what everybody wanted.
They're just so Dark Souls.
Dude, save your bombs for killing the Black Knight.
I got a waist cloth.
Which is still, I guess, within the baby rules. Yeah! That is nothing. I like it gives you, like, one boot.
Yeah.
The baby would wear just one boot.
Baby wants to be cool.
You're a geek. Wah!
I'm a cool geek.
So I wish your character was just wearing, like, one slipper and a flip-flop. Just whatever he found in the closet when he was rummaging through it. You being in a helmet with no shirt on and a thong is pretty much what they had the characters in 300 wear. I love the reactions when they're one hit killed by those bombs. Kind of go, why?
Whoa!
All right, go fight Havel. You got this.
Wait. I do have the master key.
And come on, you beat this game a couple times. You know how to beat him. You just can't let him hit you once. I did not know you could get this close to this guy. Why didn't you backstab him?
Because every time I try to backstab him, I fail.
Oh. Fair enough. Black bomb him.
Oh yeah, I don't have those equipped.
Shit. Shit, hurry, hurry, hurry. There you go.
Oh god, he's right behind me.
That's what I was saying, like, quick. This guy moves very quickly. Wow.
But can he climb ladders?
He just did one little hop. He's on the roof of you.
Can he pathfind, period?
Where's he going? Sir? Sir?
Turn down for what?
Talk dirty bitch. This just doesn't seem fair. I wish I knew how to do this at this point. Now I know, so... I can't tell what's killing me now. This is like he's like grinding with something. I'll figure out how to live. Now the other fire bombs. Or you could just do a dropping attack on him, probably.
Want to tenderize him just a little bit more.
This is the way Rocky would do it.
Taco the Rocky. That didn't go
shit.
right.
I have no idea.
Oh no. How did that miss?
I have no idea how you're still alive. You should just do it again. I guess he's close enough to death. Yeah. What'd you pick up?
Titanite chunk.
Oh, yeah.
And chunk is just a word that seems appropriate for this character.
Yep. Chunk is just a word that you don't use.
Would you keep losing?
Yep. The Titanite chunks aren't the hard part. It's the demon Titanite that's the pain in the ass. Babies do have amazing evasion. Have you tried to pick one up when they don't want to? They just squirm.
No.
Also, Bloodborne does have its own own version of crystal lizards, but I can't tell what the hell it is.
Yeah, it's just like a blob with things sticking out of it.
It basically looks like a Muppet. It's running away from you. Like a deflated Muppet.
Hi, Havel.
Yo. Oops. That's right. Take all those souls you have and lose them.
He's slow.
Just remember, you dodge him when his swings just start going towards you. I did see someone play with a mod that every like 5 seconds it would change your character's weapon, and he went to fight Havel, and it was stupid because he'd swing and his sword would change it to a shield.
Okay, this shield does parry.
Man, we should have made this character Magikarp Jones.
Oh. Creepy blue baby.
Ba-na-na-na. Yellow Giga. Look at all this damage. This might take a while.
Tea drink for what? I don't know why that of all songs is in my head right now.
Talk Dirty to Me is the one that cracks me up. Talk dirty to me.
No! Yeah.
Damn it, baby, hold still. Not even demigods can stop babies. Because I think hypothetically, Havel is a demigod. Well, I don't know. I guess he's more of like, he was like the big boss cleric of the ancient time, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, for some reason, Gwyn was a dick and locked him in a tower.
Look, Seath is my bro. If you don't like it, you can rock it.
You could be a bitch.
But Seath is the bitch.
I was always under the impression that Seath would be an easy fight, but then apparently they patched it and made it difficult. So everyone's just like, yeah, attack the tail if he's not completely crushing your ass with it. Just a fair warning, folks. This might take 3 hours.
Yeah. I can probably parry him, but I'm actually landing hits this way, so... And if I miss the parry, then I'm dead.
Another interesting thing about Bloodborne is that, like, in this game, you get so much stuff from item descriptions, and like none of the items in Bloodborne have descriptions.
Man, that's
Which is a
how you
little
learn about the
sad. I
world.
like. This one seems like you learn more about the world just by kind of looking around and then like talking to NPCs and shit. I guess maybe in this game, or like in this game, when you find a weapon, the weapon's usually was like formerly owned by some legendary dude. Like in Bloodborne, your weapons just seem kind of like a tool, like a utility weapon that pretty much any hunter can get a hold of. They're still kick-ass. In fact, I think they're even cooler than the ones in Dark Souls. I got this short sword, but guess what? I'll press a button, now it's a hammer. I'm not even joking.
No, I'm sure.
Plus, the transformation sequence of those sorts of things looks so cool. Like, at the beginning of the game, you could pick between 3 weapons, and one of them you can pick is just a cane. And you look like a pimp walking around with it. When you fight with it, you kind of whack people and stab like a rapier. And then he, like, presses his button and becomes a blade whip.
Crystal Gecko, I think, is in this
Right
one.
there. Yep. There he is. He's getting away. Get him. I feel bad for crystal lizards. I don't mean to be so valuable.
Can I use gold pine resin on this thing? Yes, I can.
Also, something I'm learning about Bloodborne is that, like, every NPC hates you. Like, you arrive at town and there's really no one on the streets. Like, everyone's, like, hiding inside their houses. And then you try to knock on the door and be like, hey, what's up? And they're like, get away! I'm like, oh, sorry.
Maybe got a promotion.
He needs a more, like, promoted hat. Like a Trojan helmet. I have to say, my Talk of the Rock moment with this boss is one of my greatest achievements in Dark Souls.
Since that didn't get recorded, can you recall it?
Well, if you guys weren't there for that stream, I let the chat dictate how my character was going to be. And we named her Taco the Rock, and her primary weapon was the wood plank shield. And here's the interesting thing. I managed to beat... Oh shit! You better heal. I managed to beat the Asylum Demon with the shield, just whacking him in the ass over and over again. Basically, spanking him. We used to call it the spank plank.
Yeah.
And then I sat there going like, man, I have no idea how I'm going to beat the Taurus Demon. So, I fought him, I think, like twice, and on the second try, I managed to shove him off the bridge and kill him. It was the greatest feeling in the world. And this is with the two-handed plank that was not leveled up. And basically, the only move it has is shove. It's just the only move it has, I think, is its R2.
I need to find it. Here, I kept the text. I'm gonna give it to you. You can read it out as soon as a notepad will open it.
Oh, you mean you had the text of what like people put when that happened?
The story of the spank plank, yes.
Oh yeah, and we were while I was playing, I was putting as a homework assignment to everyone watching to write the lore of the spank plank, and it is quite a story.
Here we go.
So I know it's a wooden plank, but I'm going to read it as this person wrote it while it existed. Spank plank was made by a small child dreaming of becoming a knight. But when the child got older, he found no more need for spank plank. So the now young boy discarded spank plank at a black market that allowed children for some reason. It was the olden days. There were no child protection laws. Spank plank then found new owners to protect, always trying his or her best to protect the ones behind him/her. But one day, a witch cast a curse upon him. He's undead. That's why he was in the asylum in the first place. Prison life was hard for Spank Plank. Him/her was quite beautiful/handsome, and he was quite wary of the zombie shower room, where he/she met Taco the Rock, a disgraced cop who was thrown in jail for being spicy one too many times on the job. Also for being undead, but shoving people off roofs constantly was the bigger issue. Taco was disgraced because she was getting too old for this shit. Together, the two planned an epic escape from prison involving a bedsheet rope, 20 pounds of cheese, and a speedboat made entirely out of paper clips. But then some jackwad threw a corpse down a hole, and we didn't get to see it. I know, they ruined it. Spank Plank was a devout Buddhist and always tried to encourage his enemies to find enlightenment. As he collided with their foreheads, he would ask them to reflect on the root of suffering. His foes usually responded with, "the crazy ass hitting me in the face," as the root of all pain. And Spank Plank spent many long nights meditating on this. Then one day Spank Plank found the most beautiful shield he had ever seen. She was a tower shield, broad and sturdy. She was reinforced, steel in all the right places, and she shined the most alluring ebony. He felt a stirring with them no other armor in his life could. Maybe they could be. At which point Taco smashed him into the knight's ass, and the beautiful shield was turned to chipped shards. Spank Plank never loved again.
Thanks, Taco.
Taco the Rock and Spank Plank. See, after I managed to beat the Taurus Demon, I really couldn't beat anyone else. I tried. See, I got to the point where, like, I think I went to fight the gargoyles, and it just destroyed my shit. Then I'm like, I'll go the opposite way. Then I ran to the Titanite Demon, and it was doing, like, 1 damage. I was like, shit. And that was, like, a level, like, 7 Spank Plank.
Tragedy is right.
Although I am very tempted that if I get an opportunity to have, like, a custom weapon, I'm going to name it Spank Plank.
Regardless of what it is.
Regardless of what it is, it could be a, it could be a gun. It'll spank you with its bullets. It's funny because of some of the gaming exploits I've had recently. Like certain things, like in other games or in my life, have taken root in those particular things. Like the fact that my password to one of my college accounts is in some relation to Wei Shin.
I made it. And so did the boar. Oh, and the boar got me. Damn.
They brought a pig back for Bloodborne, but just it's a normal pig, but it's just huge. Basically, a lot of it seems like there's just random, like all the creatures in this game have been like drastically deformed. Like the crows are like these ugly ass giant things that don't even really fly; they just kind of flop at you. And the dogs are creepy assholes. It's weird to call a dog a creepy asshole, but that's exactly what it was.
I forgot to sit at that bonfire.
There goes all those souls.
Oh, Jesus.
That's no good. Oh, Lord, oh, Jesus.
I survived. Just barely. An unnecessary take two.
Ba, 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 yeah, da, 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 da.
I could probably get my souls back as long as I don't die on the way there. Oh no, they're sitting right in front of the gate.
Of course. Baby needs to really either update... It really needs to update the helmet the most, but I guess you can update those pants. But they better still remain the baby thematic feel.
Oop. And now the boar sees me. Oh,
Nope.
no.
That wasn't a good idea.
Spank the boar.
God, taking a heavy club to the asshole seemed very painful.
What the hell? Oh. Oh yeah, I'm being shot at.
Those damn skeletons and their guns. It is skeleton gun, skeleton gun. That was great that My Me of Everything was actually selling pork buns.
Yeah. Got another waistcloth.
Is it cooler than the one you have now?
What is happening? Jesus Christ.
What just happened there?
I got knocked into the fire, and then he jumped on me, and then the fire killed me.
He's just like, oh well, I'll revive later. That zombie couldn't stop the fire. As that baby's burning, now I am burning.
You jumped on me again.
They added a new patch where these characters can now give you hugs.
Damn.
Damn, damn, damn.
I didn't start the Dark Souls.
But now I'll finish it. Oh. Okay, admittedly in Dark Souls, they used to be able to just like do a. Okay, maybe that works. I'm lying. It used to be that when I used to just stand on people and then do my roll, and then like I'd just send their ragdoll flying. I'm like, oh, it's not working, and then just suddenly like, it just worked perfectly. Now it looks like I'm dancing with this ogre. Shall we dance?
If you want to.
But you'll leave the dead behind. Alright, dead ogre, let's go on an adventure. Oh. I'm gonna take you on the elevator with me. Oh. Don't wait there, silly pants. You don't want to be late for school.
Yeah, Gamma Station, let's get some lore for the baby. For baby tea drinker.
I'm okay with baby tea drinker lore. And it's okay if somehow Spankplank gets in on that adventure somehow. I feel like they would at least cross paths at some point in their lives.
Lord Babius tea drinker.
The thing is, if it's going to be Babius, it needs 2 Bs. That makes it a Babby. Baby Boot Camp sounds like an awful remake of Baby Geniuses. Wait a minute, Baby Geniuses was already awful, so I don't know if that counts.
Or an even more terrible version of Toddlers and Tiaras.
I really don't think that can exist. I remember I used to have this friend that worked on production on this show, and he said it with pride. I'm like, you shouldn't say that with pride. You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, hi, doggy.
Lord Babius Tea Drinker was a toddler in a tiara who finally got fed up with it.
Especially at the age of 78. This baby can live much longer than a normal human, you see.
How does a Night Shield compare?
There are real babies, and then there was Babius. A man amongst babies. He got constantly bullied by the other babies for being both really masculine and feminine.
Babies have no place for androgyny.
No, it's not even androgynous. It's the fact that he's very manly and very feminine, which is like impossible. But that's okay. He's different from everyone else. He's Babius.
Do-do. 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 Do-blah.
Babies don't need subtlety. I just imagine Babius with like an angry expression, like bulging muscles, and a tiara. That's a good point. Is there a tiara in this game?
I don't know.
Or something that looks like a tiara?
Pretty sure there are in Dark Souls 2.
Well, yeah, there's a lot more editing in Dark Souls 2. You know, it's an incredibly gratifying feeling in all Souls games when you manage to kill that annoying NPC character. Like, usually it's some kind of enemy who's an NPC design, so he's got, like, the same skills you do. Then when you kill him, you know he's never going to come back, which is great.
Are you thinking, like, patches?
Yeah, Patches is a good example. Of course, you never really fight Patches because Patches is just a little jerk who doesn't like, actually fighting. He just kicks you down holes. Well, we'll take like Havel, for example. Havel's an NPC, pretty much an NPC design character because they're basically built with character models from the NPC set. And then he has pretty much the same range of movement and stuff as a normal character, but he still balls hard because he has the movement ability of a normal character. The only thing is this, with those characters, the NPCs, they don't have stamina issues. They can constantly swing at you and shit like that. So when you kill him, you're just like, oh, thank God, I don't have to fight him again. See, like, everyone keeps on mentioning the point where Patches kicks you down the hole. I remember the part where I was co-oping with Thorn and he pulled that lever to the bridge. I've never been able to see him recreate that ever.
I didn't know he did that. That was rare.
I thought it was funny he did that and he killed you and I landed at the exact right spot.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's weird.
Kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess.
Oh, fine. Okay. Oh, shit. Balls. Heal. And if you can't tell, I'm grinding a little bit in Bloodborne just to get a feel of it. Oh, God. Characters are so fast.
I've decided I'm gonna get a PS4 next, so I'm probably gonna get that in May. Also, a big thank you to everyone. I passed my first personal Patreon goal. So I can get back to doing Let's Plays and streams full time. Oh, forgot about him.
I mentioned particularly the NPC part because in this area that I'm kind of exploring through right now, there was an NPC at the ground level and there was an NPC on like the roof, and they were both being such pains in the asses. I just managed to finally fight one off. Whoa.
I didn't start the fire, and you should be thankful. That shit really hurts.
Especially when performed by Babius.
Oh no, I missed. I still survived.
Whoa! Okay, they did that shit on purpose. Oh, Dark Souls, you never change.
I found a way to slide down that hill without losing any health.
It's always interesting in these Dark Souls games. They do it in every single Souls game. Is they'll have a situation where you can see the enemy in front of you, you'll approach them, and then an enemy shows up behind you. Or they'll show up to your side or something. It's the classic Jurassic Park Velociraptor trick. I will not fall for it today, good sir! Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa! Wacky! I just walked into a new area that's really big. That looks like an area where a boss fight would take place. I wouldn't doubt if that's the case.
Galderock says Babius is the god to Mallow's Satan or something.
Mallow just looks like an old man in the body of a child. He's just like, oh well, I accept this mortal form I've taken upon.
Yeah, Highwing, I think the problem is on your end. Everyone else can see it fine. And I haven't dropped any frames in a while.
Whoa. This game's so creepy that when you enter a new area, you get this whole feel of like, this. I don't have a good feeling about this. Dropping into this like church area, and there's this huge pool of blood down there, and that, oh god.
I forgot about the mage.
Oh, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh, yo. Oh my god. Okay, I know why this pool of blood's down here. Oh god. There's like 50 guys down here. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Shit.
Mother. This is bad. This is really bad. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. No, don't keep swinging. I'm dead. Shit, how am I gonna make it past that? Of course, that's how a lot of these games are. You just say, you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get past that part. Then you just find a way. Usually the cheapest way possible, but you find a way.
Need to get rid of that Chandler.
What kind of magic spell to use? Dance, magic, dance.
Dance, magic, dance.
Thunder and lightning. Okay, one thing I don't like about Bloodborne, which is also, I guess, understandable, there are huge loading times.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's something they'll patch.
Maybe. I mean, it's nice because it means in the game experience a lot less of them, but you'd think with a game that have to install certain amounts to get working, that they'd kind of take care of that problem, but... Okay, note to self, we're not going back that way I did before. Or I'll just find a way to cheese it. That works too. That's kind of seems like the rule of Souls games, is that there's no fault in doing things the cheapest way possible.
Or the dumb way in my case. Oh, goodbye Channeler.
Hey, at least he won't come back. The only sad thing is if he dropped a one of those tridents.
I think he survived.
Oh, he survived?
Yeah, he just dropped down to the ground below.
Nah.
Yeah, I got a little impatient.
You know you can't do that in Dark Souls.
Well, sometimes I get away with it.
That wasn't one of those funky times.
No. I am killing that Chandler, though. Look at this moldy chest.
Oh shit. What the?
Your
You rip.
era. This is how you cheese this little section.
Oh my. Okay, that's a glitch.
What happened?
I killed this guy and he slammed into a pot, and now all the pot pieces are like dancing on the ground and like Mexican jumping beans. They're all like break dancing right now. It's great. They're all doing different dance moves.
Can you record it?
No, I don't have my device plugged, but okay, that one just did a backflip for no reason. You go, you little piece of pot. Piece of pot and pickle pepper.
I had that happen sometimes with Demon Souls. Oh no, Channeler.
I gotta just remember this is just like an early port of the game. They already sent like a major update, but still, it's pretty early into the game, so there's probably bound to be a couple glitches and parts that are way too hard. It seems like they usually patch it to make the game easier. Which is fair, because sometimes the developers are sadists.
Can someone help High Wing out? He's having trouble watching.
was scary. So what are you gonna do with this guy? Save him or kill him immediately?
Well, I can't kill him immediately.
What I mean is, like, are you gonna wait until he does the whole betrayal bullshit, or are you gonna kill him pretty early on?
Well, for this playthrough, it won't really matter if I let him live and then kill him later.
True. I guess if you wanted to get that dude's armor.
Uh-huh.
Which is pretty sweet, but... Come on.
Forgot about you guys. They didn't forget about me.
You're my favorite! Gorge.
Let's see.
Oh.
Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Electricity is good against dragons. But is it good against the gargoyles?
Yes. Very good against gargoyles. It's good against anything that has any kind of stone base to them, so...
This might have been a bad idea. Whoop!
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
You rip. God, where are all you guys coming from? Whoa, oh, these are the dudes from the bottom floor. This actually might work out better. Okay, now I know how to do this part better. This leads them into the room one at a time. I can deal with them that way. Whoa. I like that guy's costume. What the? More glitching issues with, like, cloth going through walls. Is there more on the ground?
Wow, that guy had 1 health left.
Oh, that's why there was cloth going through the wall. Oh, there's a lot of cloth going through that wall. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't jump right downstairs. There was a lot more dudes than I could ever fight. Don't be a coward. Come to the room so I can kill you. Fine, I'll go after you.
There we go. Hey, Highwing.
Oh, I thought he joined the chat for some reason.
No.
I go, hi, hello. Oh, okay. Is everyone dead down here? Hello?
Is everybody dead down there?
Please be dead down there. Shebangs. I'm just waiting for me to walk down here and be like, oh, it's perfectly safe. Then, like, the cinematic hits, I'm like, oh, fuck.
This version of the fight in Dark Souls 2 is bullshit.
Is it? Why is it? Why is it worse?
There's like 8 gargoyles.
That's not fair. Are they weaker at least?
They seem about the same. It's later in the game at least, so you're usually pretty well leveled.
What's that?
Get out of the fire.
Okay.
I said, get out of the fire!
Did you not summon your friend to help you?
I'm hollowed.
Oh, well, I guess you can't do that. You're not a baby at this point. I'm very disappointed in you.
But I am still alive.
But I am still a baby. I'm a baby in here.
God damn, they do not give me a chance to heal.
God, I hate you crows. You're all horrid. Die. Disgusting things. Stop pecking me, asshole. Oh yeah, that's right. The Final Boss of 13 Persona 3 has 13 phases because it's a Japanese game, and they have to find a way of extending it out for another quadrillion hours.
All right, first one's down. And
Now
I got his
these.
tail weapon, which was cool.
No, the only one left is the easier one. At least in my opinion. The one without the tail is way easier. If you just get him in a cycle of blowing fire, he's pretty easy to get behind.
Yep.
And with electrical weapons, just tear up his shit, too.
And instead of hitting him, I just jumped into his fire, but I killed him.
Now you know not to do that. Wait, is that just a shortcut back? Where am I? Oh, I'm back here. A lot of good that did. Let's go back down. Oh, there's a shortcut, doy. That means I can save. I always forget that shortcuts are good things in this game. It's funny, you're playing basically Dark Souls 1.0. I'm playing Dark Souls 3.0.
Glad the stream is looking good. Yeah, I got this. Still running on my older graphics card.
Oh, wait.
Slide down the... Whatever. This is the console version.
This is the consolation prize. I thought that's what you were saying.
I tried doing the PC version, but I could never get it to run right.
Oh, I almost fucked up there. I just went up to the one character that can level you up in this game, and I actually threw a rock into her face. Oh man, I confused what the talk button was. It did like 5 damage, but luckily she just got up and was just like, hi.
Bloodborne is kind of a spiritual successor to Demon Souls. Would you say it's kind of more like Dark Souls or Demon Souls?
It's got kind of a combination of both. Like the way that it feels a little bit more like Demon Souls when it comes to your item management and things like that, but it definitely has the definite controls of Dark Souls with a lot higher speed. Yeah, I'd say it's about just a kind of half and half of each. Let's get more of that. And more of that.
Need to become a babby again.
You need the strength of the babby. Unfortunately, we are not co-oping. I cannot co-op with him anymore.
Yeah, Travis sold his PS3.
See, the only reason I kept the PS3 at that point was so I could stream Dark Souls, but we were so long since we did it last time, I was like, are we ever doing it again? So I kind of went, whatever.
Well,
I'm like, if it comes down to it, we'll figure something out. But then, like, a week later, you're like, hey, I'm picking up Dark Souls again. I'm like, shit. I really hope going back to this area and leveling up is not going to kill my ass. See, here's something that's kind of Demon Soul-esque, is that you basically have kind of a hub world you can go back to, which is like a safe zone. Sort of kind of like Demon Souls was, where you had that like portal world. You go back to this place called the Hunter's Dream, which is kind of like that. You can buy stuff from there and upgrade your stuff and level up. I guess they had that in Dark Souls too. But that also felt a little bit more like a part of the world. This doesn't. I also found it interesting that I picked up this thing that looked like it was like a flamethrower, but its modifier and its ability was based off of like a skill that's related to magic. So that means like magic in this game is more like, here's a piece of equipment that does an elemental effect, like a flamethrower, or there might be like an electric gun or something. So there is kind of a magic in this world, but it's not really, which I think is kind of neat.
Aye.
Also, guns have their own kind of metric they're based off of. It's based off of, what is it again? Something called blood tinge. And even some of your weapons get some ability in blood tinge, which I guess is your ability to make enemies bleed.
Not the hardest thing in the world to do.
Not in this game, no. Also, what's really cool is if you get hit by an enemy, if you immediately start attacking them, you can gain some of your health back. So
I just got hit that.
So I got hit by this dude, and I started immediately hitting him, and I healed back to full again.
And I like that you can keep healing it or hitting them while they're doing their death animation.
Yep, and it keeps on healing you. I have used this system kindly, which it makes up for the fact that you don't have a refillable source like the Estus flask. I mean, you have these blood vials that heal you, but it's a limited amount. You got to get more of them if you run out.
Blood vials seem like a better balanced form of the healing herbs you had in Demon Souls.
It's nice because it works out a little bit better in this game because the number of drop types seems a lot smaller. So, like, you'll run into healing items, and then you'll run into bullets pretty early on. And, at the beginning of the game, you could grind for both of those because those are, like, the two probably most used little items you get.
Uh-huh.
And then there's some things that are kind of like the poppable souls. They're kind of like poppable blood things. So, there's a lot of attachment to that. You level up what's called blood echoes, not souls. And when you die, you lose blood echoes. But the cool thing is that if an enemy kills you, they glow when you see them next time. When you kill them, you get your souls back in a sense.
Man, that guy got stuck.
I'm hoping this fact that I went back to heal was a good idea, because whenever it kind of like in Dark Souls, when you go back to, in this case, you go back to a lantern, not a bonfire. All the enemies come back. But I got a chance to go back to the Hunter's Dream and level up like 4 times, so it might have been worth it.
Oh man, I briefly saw a fellow baby.
Fellow baby. See, if the two babies were in the same place, they would fight. That's just how babies work. Two of my friends, they both have sons that are babies, and I always tell them that like in 20 years' time, they're both going to fight each other for the fate of the world. Which one's good, which one's evil is going to be really up to interpretation. One's named Jimmy and the other one's named Liam. And I'm like, Liam's going to be the evil one. He sounds like a Bond villain.
People named Liam just kind of naturally turn out like shitheads.
I like Liam Neeson.
Aside from Liam, he's like the one exception.
How about Ian's? That's kind of like Liam, but a little bit different.
I only really know one Ian in my life, and he was really creepy.
But then there's also Sir Ian McKellen.
Yeah, Travis is playing Bloodborne right now. We're going to be doing a kind of first impressions video of that soon. It's not going to be streamed because we don't want to lose any frame rate or bit rate.
Right.
But he might be doing streams later, just separately.
Just for shits and giggles. Is this a new area? This looks like a
wow.
Beware of ambush.
When do you want to do that first impressions video, Travis?
Probably maybe tomorrow, maybe.
I'm done with that.
When I get back from work. Oh, these fucking werewolves. Oh. Take that, creepy Muppet. He's drunk. I apologize, chat.
Dark Souls.
I can play when I have no brain. Oh, no. That's a werewolf. What I do like about this game is that Demon Souls can be sort of creepy. This game can actually be kind of scary because everyone has this kind of like Halloween theme going on. Of course, why can't I just fight one of these assholes? Come on, big puppy. Or just roar at me. Or just walk around, keeping your distance. Oh, there you go.
No. I missed.
Or get stuck in a wall. I'll kill you that way. What an idiot. What the fuck? Okay, that made me flinch. Lure is effective. But which way? See, I love when I don't look up anything about these kind of games, because then you just look around going like, which way do we go next? Oh, that's a surprise. Come on, Wolfie. The cloth and weight to things like clothes and stuff is so cool in this game. Especially the fur. Like the way it moves and stuff like that. There's like an oiliness to it. There's a nice set of gravity to it. Like it looks really neat. You'll have to see when I play. Like I'll show what it kind of looks like, and you're just like, oh my god, that looks cool. There's a big door.
I really want these Silver Knights and Black Knights skirts.
Just in your life, or
yeah. Gotta get it into my life.
Wish I had metal pants.
There's just something hardcore about him. They're also kind of sexy.
I think you get away with like a metal skirt in the 90s. I mean, leather skirts were a thing back then. Leather and metal are kind of close enough related. Whoa! Holy shit! That guy just jumped through a door. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That tells me something about... Or maybe I'm just misreading. You know this kind of game where they don't tell you the story, but they give you an opportunity to kind of observe the surroundings and kind of figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems like in this world, if you don't mind me spoiling a little bit, I guess it's not really spoilers, it's just kind of developing the world either way. It's up to you if you want me to actually see it.
Please do. I'm curious as all hell.
Well, it seems like when you enter this place, there's a hunt going on, and it seems like for whatever reason they're hunting for anything outside, including you, and you're a hunter from the outside world. The top layer is full of these people that are walking around that look deformed. They don't look quite human, but they still have the ability to talk in human qualities. And then when you go a little deeper and kind of lower in the town's area, people are even further transformed, and they have these kind of beast forms, but they still look like people, sort of. And then I went to this place called it was like a sealed off area that's like the old part of the city, which must have been exiled. And there, people were like either almost completely a werewolf or full blown werewolf. So like I guess everyone's kind of transforming in these wolves, and they're sealing off areas where they're transforming that way. Also, there's just a lot of these random like monster dudes that look like Frankenstein and ogres and shit. An interesting thing is like a lot of people are like, I guess. This is just a part of their lives. Like there's normal people, but they close themselves indoors, and they really don't like hunters, which is what my character is. The only other hunters that I've seen, I can agree with that, because one hunter was a full blown werewolf and tried to kill me, and the other two tried to kill me because I was on their turf. I don't really understand the big significance of blood, but I'm getting there.
Perhaps just this thematic thing.
Well, they almost treat it like you use blood to, at least in the game mechanic, to buy equipment and weapons. It's also used to level up, kind of like souls.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, that healed me. I also like there's places where the torch is actually useful. Because I know that's what they wanted to do with Dark Souls 2, but they never really implemented it well.
Yeah,
there's places around here where it's straight useful to have it, but it's also a little easier to get used to because in this game you're not used to using a shield, so using a torch is not that big of a deal.
Apparently in Scholar, the first sin, they've implemented it as it was supposed to be.
Yeah, apparently it looks closer to what they showed when they released that demo, but still not quite there. Is this a shortcut? This is probably another shortcut. Maybe? Where's this? So far, like, within at least the elements of the story, it seems like I'm going lower into this area. I'm going, like, into this old Yharnam because I'm looking for something called a Holy Chalice, which apparently gets me access to this, like, area that's called the Grave of the Gods, whatever that might mean. Right now I'm in Old Yharnam, and I'm trying to track it down, which probably usually means it's being guarded by some... What the hell was that? Guarded by some kind of boss. Fire paper. Coarse rubbing paper that applies fire... Ooh! Okay. So that's the game's version of a... pine resin. The fire paper.
Oh, yeah.
That might be cool. That might be useful. Probably there's a boss with weakness to fire. One really nice thing is I love the ability for weapons to change form, because you like my first weapon I picked was this one that's like a combination of a knife cleaver and a sword. So for like quicker attacks, but it's closer range, I have the cleaver, and then I can, in the midst of using a combo, press the trigger to switch it to a sword. It flips out. Now I have range in a different set of combos. Then I mentioned the one where it's like a long sword combined with a hammer. There's a cane that turns into a whip.
That one I want.
That one seems like it kind of like a lot of skill weapons. It's based on your skill ability. There is a switch axe. The axe itself is a one-handed axe, and when you press the switch button, it turns into a two-handed like staff-based axe. So its attack combos change. Its reach is a lot more ridiculous. There's also a spear that turns from a cleaver into a spear. which is kind of an interesting combination. I am digging my cleaver right now, though. That's what I've been using throughout, because it's just... Okay, that's a shortcut back. That's another shortcut. This game also, instead of giving you a lot of lanterns, it just gives you a lot of shortcuts to get back to your said lantern. Which thematically I think is better, because it makes the kind of desperation of surviving that much higher. Because if you could just go to like that many lanterns, then it wouldn't be tough.
Yeah.
The thing I'm trying to understand is, at least with this character, is that, as I mentioned in the cinematic, a character gives you a it gives you a blood transfusion, which basically seems kind of sinister and dire. And obviously everyone's kind of cursed right now with becoming beasts, and some guy mentioned that everyone's going to turn into a beast. Whatever that might mean. There's a lot of questions about what this whole thing, what's causing people to turn into these monsters.
I'm hoping there's kind of silly DLC of a sort, because I know, like, your little messengers, you can put hats on them.
Well, like mine have top hats.
But imagine if you could put fezzes on them.
That'd be interesting.
I missed.
Wait, what are those ones? They look like... What is that they're wearing on their heads? Like little red things. Is that like... I don't know if it's a... What's that? They're like little band... They're like wearing little pirate bandanas. It's weird. Alright, enough of that shortcut. Seems like this game wants me to go further down, which always seems like it's the trick of these games. Just go deep into the earth where you don't know where you are.
This guy's gonna be cheap.
Oh shit! God! Oh, these characters always make me flinch. It's great. Give me that. See, you know what would help this game not to use the lantern so much? If your body did glow. Which seems like it's always kind of the issue of, like, every Souls game, is your body sort of has this, like, random radiating glowing of it. If it's pure dark, you'd have to use the torch more. Okay, that's way back there. Is that door? No. Okay. It seems like the further south they went into this particular town, the more creature-like the people are. So that tells me that the bottom of this particular city started transforming before the top did, which means most likely the origin of whatever's changing to this beast is further below. If I'm using logic. Does this mean something's in there? No. God, that makes me jump every time. Oh. You're what's screaming at me. Come on, bring it. I'm gonna throw a rock at you. Eh. Haha, that pissed him off. Oh shit. God, these guys hit hard. I didn't know they poisoned shit. Fuck you asshole. Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke the Hydra to death.
It works. Well, I have an antidote. Squirt. Use.
Just as long as I don't fall into the crevice.
Also, something you have to get used to is that, Oh, what was that? I don't know what I did there, but the triangle button is your healing button. You know, the triangle button, that one's to switch from, like, a one-handed to two-handed equipment. Since that's not a factor in this game, it's a healing button instead.
Right. Well, it makes sense. The healing items, they looked like they were set to their own button, and not to the usual item buttons.
Now, the only one that's a little bit that, in this game, it's nice because it depends on what weapon you use. Some of them are two-handed. So, like, when you use the long sword, it's one-handed, but when you turn it into a hammer, it has to be two-handed. Or if you're using, like, the two-handed axe, it's obviously two-handed.
Don't fall in.
Bleh.
Bleh.
I'm also just assuming anytime there's a treasure that there's probably someone nearby trying to kill me before I can get that treasure.
This Hydra's being a dick.
Also, there's all these, like, it's weird. There's all these statues of, like, women praying everywhere. No, like, those are the ones that are crying and ones that are reaching, holding candles. What that's all about. Is this back where I was before? No? I don't think so.
Yeah, I got him. What's a dust crown ring? I don't remember. I'm not using sorcery, so I don't care about that.
Sorcerers. Sorcerers just sort of like, I don't know, like, I feel like that game really didn't do a good job of making sorceries fun. It just made them like blue blasts of energy. Like, I wanted some crazy shit, kind of like Elder Scrolls was, where you could just like paralyze people for no reason. I love that. They'd be walking down the streets, hey, how's it going? And you just paralyze them and they fall to the ground. Oh, this is new. There's a... Whoa, okay. That helps for emphasis.
Now to take on Havel. Oh wait, I already did.
What a boner face.
Oh yeah, how'd you guys enjoy Yoshi's punching the world with his feet video?
I appreciate the edited video of it to be able to see what's happening. His clear struggle to keep it under his feet. Oh, there's just dudes all over the place over here. Fuck! Oh shit! And the girls with the hoods on all have poison. Okay. Heal. In this game, your leg must hurt because you stab yourself in the same spot of the leg to heal yourself. So you'll stab yourself in the leg like 3 times to heal yourself sometimes. I imagine you'd be a bit tender. Of course, if you're used to being slashed apart by monsters, I'm sure it's fine. I hear something. Where is it coming from? Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. That was a fast move.
I accidentally jump attacked a guy and killed him.
Man. This looks cool. But this looks like a boss area. I can see a guy at all... Oh, no. I don't... In this kind of game, like, every time I see a boss, I'm like, I don't wanna. Ah, fuck, you got to. This is a big fight area, I can just tell. Oh god, Papa Knuckles. What the hell is that? Whoa, what is that? Hey, it's a boss! Did it give me a cinematic? Oh my god, it's creepy looking. What the fuck is that?
I'm already halfway there. What am I doing?
I
I got halfway through the Taurus Demon arena. I was like, oh wait, I could have just taken the ladder that I kicked down.
This is so scary. Oh my god, what the fuck? It moves so erratically. What is it? Oh my god! I can't keep track of how this thing moves at all. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! God, this thing is creepy as shit. This game's tough because it plays with your ideas of what ranges are. Whoa, whoa! This guy does a lot of damage. Fuck. I'll say to the very least, this is going to be a big, wide-open area to boss fight. Oh shit, oh shit!
Kamen Rider Yami wants to know if the bosses are actually hard.
In my game or yours?
In Bloodborne.
Yes. I spent about 20 times fighting the second boss.
Wow.
And that's someone who beat Dark Souls. And Ninja Gaiden. Okay, fuck, it's hard to figure this guy out. Okay, I had to figure out a way to make this gun useful here. Maybe I could, if I do it right before he swings. So far, this guy's just been using 2 attacks, but those attacks are so erratic, it's hard to tell what he's doing. Do it again so I can try to stall you. Okay, nothing. Okay. Gun's useless. Shit. Don't lose your lock on. I can't believe you asked if the boss fight games in this are hard, considering like every article's like, yeah, this is actually harder than Dark Souls. And I can understand why. If you're used to using Dark Souls, it's a different... Oh my... What the fuck is this guy doing? This is so weird. Like, the way they animate this guy looks so... I can't describe it. At the very least, he hasn't hit me much. I say that, but I'm going to jinx myself. I know it. Or maybe I'm just... Maybe because this guy's actually feels like he's easier than the second boss. The second boss was a pain in the ass. Whew. Okay, I can see how you could die to this guy pretty quick. This guy's got a million hit combos. Fucking die. Okay, he's about halfway down on his health. Whoa! Shit!
Whoa!
Whoa! Yikes! I really want a Sonic to play games.
That would get
like
old
this
quick.
This is hard to describe this thing. It's like a really skinny werewolf that has a cloth on its head, and it's like covered in oil or something. Or like filth.
Liquid filth. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Snake! I am dirty.
Where'd you come from?
I might be able to beat this guy if I'm... Okay, that's different. What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing?
Sanic plays Bomberman. I don't think so.
Fuck that. Why did you roar like that? I think this guy's powering up. Shit, shit, shit. This guy doesn't stop attacking is the problem. Fuck! I can't even heal in time. Holy shit! Oh my god, oh my god. Run, run, run. Heal. Oh, shit. Did I die of poison? That's what it was. Shit, I had him on a quarter health. Okay, that boss is a little more feasible than the second one, but he's still tough. I haven't run into any vampires yet. If that's one of the questions, no. I haven't run into any vampires yet. Not to say they aren't in the game, but I just haven't run into any. Seems like there's a lot of things based around werewolves at this point. Or at least men that look like werewolves. I've also run into, like, Frankenstein-looking ogres. I've run into these giant mummies with axes. Bunch of deformed creatures like crows and shit like that. The crows and the dogs and the giant rats, pigs.
Crows.
Crows. These crows are just creepy because they just sound like they're coughing at you. I'm gonna probably stop for today. I'll go back to that one guy at a fresh start, and I'll probably beat him on a fresh start. That's how it worked last time. I was fighting the second boss, and I was just getting frustrated, so I just turned off the game and went to work, and then when I got back from work, I beat him on the first try.
Oh, I'm not fast rolling. We can't have that. Babies need to be speedy.
Oily and slippery.
Like
I think you
dogs.
catch them. Like stinky dogs. Babies do smell like stinky dogs. True science fact.
What even happened there? Shake it, baby.
So I'm kind of curious when people end up saying that when people bring up the fact they say like Dark Souls isn't a hard game. What's their definition of what hard is exactly? Because if a game's hard because like the design of it's impossible, or like the game's too fast for them to react, like what's people's definitions of what a hard game really is? Because I think it's to the individual really.
Yeah, it's hard to say because even when I've figured the game out, I still have trouble sometimes.
But yeah, I mean, I could say that there's parts in Dark Souls that once you kind of figure it out, you have it under your control. But there's also those parts that are like, say, the bed of chaos. They are just like, fuck this, like no matter how many times you play it. And no, I honestly don't think a game is hard when the game makes the situation impossible. That makes it kind of shitty, to be honest.
That's just kind of a bad game.
Yeah, if you make the game design like too hard to play, or because the game mechanics is too hard to go through it, that's not a hard game. It's just that's a negative. A hard game should be a game that has amazing controls, but despite it is very hard. Oh my god, you look like a baby inside of a man suit. Yeah, as I said, a hard game to me is a game that, with all the precision controls and everything on your side, you still have problems like winning situations. And it's feasible that you could win it as you get better, but it's still hard.
Damn dogs!
See, what I could say at least about like to me, uh, a part of what like makes Bloodborne probably more difficult than Dark Souls is the part that makes it a lot like Dark Souls, but also a part that reminds me of a lot when I used to play Ninja Gaiden. It's a combination of kind of understanding the layout of things and your strategy and kind of knowing when to avoid shit, but also it's a big like speed and timing thing. Like you have to have quick reactions, and you don't want to ever fuck up when you're fighting a boss. You're surrounded by dudes because you'll die quickly.
Whoever did this, you are a genius.
How? Why do you do that?
I did that wrong.
Yes, you got their attention.
Oh, fucker.
We must kill this abomination. It'd be funny if they start like stabbing you and you start crying and they're like, "Oh God, baby, I'm so sorry." Oh God, you're a zombie now. So to me, like a hard game also is a game where you get into a situation where after playing it a couple times, you go, "This is impossible," and you put the controller down. And then when you come back to it later, you slowly just start training yourself and getting better and better at it until you win it, and then you get that satisfied feeling like you just overcame something impossible. That's a hard game. Like when I was a Ninja Gaiden and fighting the boss Alma 30 times, and I beat him on the 31st.
Forgetting about this item.
It's funny you ran to the left. Aren't you supposed to run to the right? What? Run to the right, up the stairs, kill the first dog you see when you get up there, and etc.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you fighting the Kappa demon.
Let's see.
I thought it was run to the right, dodge, because left is where he walks in, I think. Because the dog comes in, and that's the hard part. And if you run up the stairs, you could lead one of those dogs up there and kill it before he gets up there. Or he'll charge up there first, whatever, but still you might be able to get a chance to kill the dog. See? Kill that dog. Fuck you. See, like as that person describes, there's such thing as hard bosses and bullshit bosses, and the Beta Chaos is a bullshit boss. That doesn't make it hard; it just makes it shitty.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree to 0720. 720. I played when I played Revengeance. When I got to Monsoon, I called Monsoon like the initiation because I didn't use parries until up to that point, and he's like impossible if you don't parry. So then you had to learn how to parry really quickly.
Luckily, I'm used to fighting Capra demons down in the demon ruins.
Well, at that point, your stamina's a lot better, so you can usually take their hits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a big moment. And see, that's why I think a satisfying game happens. Is you're presented with something that's really difficult, and then you get that eureka moment where you figure out actually how to overcome that, and then you overcome it, and it's just a euphoric feeling. Of course, I could say this after I beat the second boss in Bloodborne, I started hyperventilating. I just stood up and just started going. I just stood up going, whoo, whoo. Because I was just heavy breathing the whole time, and I was like fighting him for a good 25 minutes.
Fume Knight was a motherfucker.
I heard bad things about Fume Knight.
I hated fighting him.
So I could at least say Death from Persona 3 is a, like, from what I can tell, is an optional fight. The only boss I'll probably like a boss if you want us to take bullshit, and this game is really dumb, but I played it, and you know, any game that has if you ever played a 2D fighting game, you have a good understanding of what a bullshit boss is, because every final boss in a fighting game is bullshit, some more than others. Oh God.
V.
I was just about to say the one from Arcana Hearts. Yes, that game is so dumb, but they have this girl boss that you've managed to fight all the characters and get to the end, and this character has the ability to cast a special that, unless you're blocking before they cast a special, you can't block. And then if you die, you only have one round to do it. So if you can't beat her, you have to start the game over again. And that's bullshit. Or any of the King of Fighter bosses that just blast you with lasers the whole time. I didn't think the baby Lego boss in Persona 4 was too tough. That just took some leveling and some heavy hitting. I love the boss fights in Persona 4. Admittedly, in Persona, the first time I played it, I had a harder time fighting the Heaven boss versus the baby boss.
Incident, you're clear, of course. Splendid. Well then. All right.
The Vita Golden version. Don't you mean the better version? Is your baby just going to be like pure strength?
Basically. All I want is to carry the big weapons and to use the big weapons.
I am grief. Not in.
No, it's not enough for me. Eh. 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 Oh, wait. Eh, there we go. Yep. What the hell? I think this is the one I was using for this stream.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And it's Pizza Joe.
Pizza Joe. Ba-ba-ba. No, I never need the blue tear stone ring ever again.
Sounds like Baby needs to go on an adventure to fight some ghosts.
Well, first I need to go on an adventure to fight a spider lady.
Wait, did you already beat the Gaping Dragon?
No, but I don't need to. I have the master key.
That's true.
I can always go back to it if I wanted. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like any of you.
Just leave one alive to think about what you've done.
He's thinking about it. He'll live.
A little too much.
Thinking about it Gollum style.
Maybe he's listening to headphones he doesn't want you to notice. You should pick up the S-Stock. Yeah, there you go. I know you're a strength character, but whatever. Also, you should grind for that poison club. If you so decide to go into that, you are going there anyway, so.
Yeah. Goodbye,
And you got
fella.
Transient Cursed, you can fight some ghosts.
Be a good way to get that, Firekeeper soul. That'd be all I'd do, getting the Firekeeper soul.
It's worth it. Oh, why didn't you equip it when you walked over the bridge? You're probably gonna die here in a second.
Transient curses last a really long time, so I'm not too worried. Ripping off Huey Lewis.
I don't know money.
I think I prefer I Want a New Drug over the Ghostbusters theme. Which is a strange thing to say, but if you know that the Ghostbusters thing was ripped off from I Want a New Drug, it makes more sense.
See, one thing I'll say, like, if people want to kind of know why Dark Souls is hard, it's never really a controller thing. I think it's just because the people who designed the game purposely put enemies and environmental hazards in areas that completely fuck with the gamer's perception. You can never just assume anything, and it plays with the thought that, oh yeah, there's the enemies right there, they'll pop out of nowhere. Oh hey, there's an enemy right in front of me. Nope, they're behind you. You do that shit on purpose because they know that's gonna get most players killed and just piss them off. Yeah. You should also go back to the Firekeeper Shrine and kick that guy off the cliff.
I already did.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Dark Souls 2 isn't as good as first Dark Souls, but when you think about it, it's basically saying Dark Souls 2 isn't as good as one of the best games of our generation.
To be fair, I heard the DLC is actually really good.
It's certainly harder.
But I mean, like, I hear, like, it makes up for some of those problems we talked about where they actually do enemy placement correctly, and item placement makes sense. Like, in the original game, apparently that's a big problem. You'll just, like you said, like a bat dropped a Swyhander.
A spider, yeah.
Yeah.
And my biggest problem with Dark Souls 2 was the story.
What, the fact that it's a repeating story that's over and over and over again?
Well, not so much that concept, but that because that is the concept of the story, it just feels like it's trying to be the first Dark Souls again instead of telling its own story.
Right. But I mean, it's weird because that's kind of the game's point, is trying to make it feel like it's happening again. But at the same time, like, the details I saw were like, it seemed like you were just, okay, let's go fight the Divine Seath's soul, sure.
Yeah, it didn't feel like, but again, even if it was repeating something, it still felt like it was referring too much to the first Dark Souls and Lordran when Drang Lake is several kingdoms later. It was that it didn't build its own world enough. And I'm kind of annoyed. Like, yeah, the DLC did a better job of building the worlds of each individual DLC, But them and the main story on its own didn't have much of a satisfying conclusion or wrapping it up. Not in a way that, like, even Dark Souls 2 or the original Dark Souls doesn't have much of an ending. But you get the sense that something happened. You don't really get that sense in Dark Souls 2.
And Dark Souls 1 has a better sense of closure.
Yeah. And I'm annoyed that they didn't implement that until Scholar of the First Sin.
So I'll give credit to at least mechanically. It seemed like Dark Souls 2 upgraded quite a bit, like the weapon combinations and different aspects like that seem to improve. And I did hear that as a problem that there's too many humanoid bosses in DS2. Like, all the bosses kind of have the same feel and look.
They really do. And it doesn't feel like a big unified world. It just feels like one area, and then you go to another area.
So then you're one day at the lake, and then you're at the volcano kind of thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind the volcano too much. It's that you go up an elevator to get to it, and you end up in this huge area that was nowhere near, and looked like it wasn't remotely connected to where you just were. If they had just taken the elevator down, I would have bought it.
Well, see, it made more sense in DS1 because, like, they purposely try to give hints of what you're close to. So if you're on the city, you go further down, you go to this darker part of the city. If you go further down from that, it goes to, like, the sewers. And then you notice that there's demons coming into the sewers, which are coming through the hell part right below it. Like, it all kind of made sense.
Uh-huh.
Although, admittedly, because DS2 had those areas that kind of randomly appeared, I'm sure left to moments where it'd be a surprise, like you'd go in this area and have no idea what you're going to get. Although it didn't make any sense.
If anything, I do recommend picking up Scholar of the First Sin, since you got a PS4 now. Since it seems like the complete Dark Souls 2 experience, as it should have been.
Too bad you didn't get any of those clubs. So you might have to go back there later to get one.
The frame rate.
The frame rate.
That thing still creeps me out.
I've never bothered going over there to see what it is, so I just shoot it from a distance until it's dead.
Yeah. It's only for getting a pyromancy, I think. I didn't think it's a magic spell, but I don't have pyromancy right now. Oh, what hit me? Oh, it's the mosquito coming out of the ground.
But we have some decent poison resistance. Oh no, you must cover your baby head.
I must be a poison ninja.
Take that hood off right now. You gotta show off that baby head.
I will once I'm on the ground. And away from all the toxic guys. Like that guy right there.
So far, suffice it to say, Bloodborne has been kind of matching more of that Dark Souls feel where you travel to places and it makes sense to where you are. It gives you an idea that this gothic city you're in is huge.
Woo. Damn. This is what I was worried about.
See,
Somehow
Kamen Rider, I
kill
would.
him.
So Yami, I would agree with you, but like, I see the problem there is that when you travel somewhere, if you're gonna make it like different thematically, if it's going to be these far off places, there should be more of a sense of you going on long trips to these places. But it seemed like when I was watching videos of it, you'd be in a cave next to like this Arctic area, and you go through one little cave, and voila, you're at the beach, and you're like, what?
That was the wrong button. And that was also the wrong button. Damn. Damn.
You got killed by like one of the easiest enemies in the game.
Because I kept pressing the Estus button.
I really want to heal. Baby won't make it back home at this rate.
I think I could take the hood off now. I just need to get rid of that first guy.
See, you kept on drinking from the Estus flask because Baby wanted bottle. And he couldn't
want
wait.
bottle now.
But I'm Demon, I'm here to kill you, not now, now!
Let's see if I can run past these guys. And whoop whoop to you too.
Oh my god, this is a great picture. It's a picture on Tumblr of this guy who's being asked a question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And all of these are good answers for this question. He says, if you're trying to make someone feel bad, it's often said that you're laying on what to them? A. Embarrassment journey. B. Guilt trip. C. Shamecation. D. Humiliation expedition. I'd be like, damn, I want to pick all of them. I think I'd pick with shamecation.
Laying on the shamecation.
Yep. See, you packed your suitcase for the shamecation.
Somehow I did not kill myself. Killing my mosquitoes!
See, I disagree with calling these, I mean, areas drab. I mean, sure, there's some places with really dark tones, and it's hard to link this to, like, Western things, although you could tell he's very influenced by Western stories. The levels do feel extremely unique compared to games of its other type. At least to me. Because there's a lot of stereotypes when it comes to fantasy games. I don't know, fighting at the bottom of some evil precipice of poisonous death. I mean, I would say probably the one in Demon Souls was probably a little more imaginative because it was like the swamp of dead fetuses.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. It was like but the name was like perfect for a metal album.
Valley Defilement.
That's it, Valley of Defilement. That's such a cool name. Also, each place gives you kind of a sense of culture and establishment because, I mean, Blighttown is obviously like the land of the outcasts. So, like, everything seems rather shitty and thrown together with whatever materials they have. And it makes sense the way that everything's laid out and designed. They don't waste details on that shit. There's not just like a random castle in the distance with walls and that shit. Like, I'd say that that Dragon's Dogma ran into the problem of making its land too generic. And then you go to a place like Anor Londo, and it's just like a really interesting land. And then you go to that one Ash Painting, which is completely unique.
By the way, speaking of Dragon's Dogma, are you planning to continue streaming that, or?
I don't know how well that one really. Now that when I started kind of playing it more, and I was just like, man, this game's gonna take a real long fucking time. Like not longer than it like playing Skies of Arcadia. It would take. It would just.
Also, that was on the PS3, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
So much for that.
Bruce was on the loose for one episode.
And then we reined him in.
Well, sometimes you gotta try things out, and then you kind of go, well, I don't know how well this is gonna work.
Just too bad. I would have liked to see more, but what are you gonna do?
Trust me, as cool as that is, you probably would have watched and went, man, this is rather tedious. Tedious, and there's some repetition. You fight a lot of the same kind of guys. And see, that's what I kind of liked about the originality of this area. I mean, you could try to say that it's a stereotypical Western RPG sort of thing, but as you said, the land itself is trying to kill you more than the enemies are.
There's a lot of enemies trying to kill you.
And yes, you should be interested in Skies of Arcadia. That's the best. Of course, I'll be its proponent until the day I die.
Where did you come from?
Just wait, guys, until I end up going to Ixataka. You're going to hear, like, the theme song of the overworld, and you're like, this place is really cool.
What are all of these things?
Why? See, that Valley of Defilement I heard, I remember when Demon Souls first came out, and the original version of that level, like, even the creator couldn't beat that part.
Huh.
So Miyazaki couldn't beat the Valley of Defilement on the original patch. Apparently they made it a little bit easier. I think they did the same with Blighttown, too. So they say Harvest Moon's the best game ever? I mean, I guess it's their opinion, but, I mean... They're wrong, but I mean, it's their opinion, so.
I love Harvest Moon, and I disagree with that.
I mean, I guess it's what you want to get out of the game. I mean, to me, what really makes Skies of Arcadia so great, I mean, beyond a bunch of different things, is the fact that, like, as a game from beginning to end, it all just feels like a perfect package. Like, the story itself, the thematic elements, the way it begins and ends, it feels like this great beginning, great middle, and great end. There wasn't any parts that made me just kind of go, ugh. It was, like, all enjoyable.
The sage.
The sage. The sage.
I think he's wearing a... can't tell what helm that is. I think it's a gargoyle helm.
See, I think it would be cool if there was, like, maybe in or I should say, New Game Plus of this, they should have really added something like some kind of boss in the middle of the Blighttown swamp, like some kind of blighted out alligator or some kind of like giant Loch Ness monster sort of thing, and underneath the poisonous waves.
No, it's not. I think he's wearing the dad mask. We need to go down and fight Pinwheel and then get the mask of the baby. And that'd be perfect.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh no, Maneater Mildred, hoodie. It's like stupid easy to kill.
See, it's funny because you guys are talking about like the difficulty curve. Actually, on this podcast that I was on recently, we were talking about how difficulty curves and whether they work or not. And I kind of brought up the point that I don't like when difficulty curves are simply just this enemy takes more damage and you take less. I think that's so boring and kind of half-assed. I'd rather have a difficulty setting that changes the game mechanic or adds a new variance to it. Like in Ninja Gaiden on the original, I like to bring Ninja Gaiden up because it's a fucking hard game. But if you manage to beat it in its original settings, like the original settings, you fight a boss, and usually the boss is by himself, and it's hard enough. You fight him in a hard setting, you'll have like random henchmen of his show up and fight along with you while you're fighting the boss. So it changes the way you approach it. I like to have games change like the environment and the characters you run into in those versions. It'd give more replay value. I'm surprised Dark Souls really didn't do much of it, but of course they kind of got hit on the budget on the back end of this game. Well, see, I could go with that too. They have new moves or something, or maybe they do like they transform it in a new form or something. But see, like I always thought difficulty settings were a means of hitting a replay value. I know, like some of my friends like playing hard games the first try, but like I like to play harder difficulties after I beat the game on the original mode, and then I might go back if I want it to be more difficult. But I prefer the difficulty to come from another form other than I'm weaker and they are stronger.
Yeah, I really didn't like the how Dark Souls 2 handled New Game Plus. Just more enemies, and this boss has new friends.
Yeah, I really can't think of any that do it. I'd like to see more that actually do that, though.
Where'd the guy go? I'm here to help you, dude. What's he hanging out over there for?
Maybe he's killing leeches for items.
I think he's going after the giants.
What a load of giant shit.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop. The dung beetles, yep. Action baby is ready for action.
I love this restaurant review. I got stabbed here. The food was fresh and the drinks were tasty, but I got stabbed here. Would consider going back.
Well, as long as the staff didn't stab you.
That they didn't confirm.
Yeah. Fabius knows no personal space. And this late is about to find that out.
Baby don't like lava, why?
Let Mildred draw aggro.
Horrifying yet strangely sexy. That line is used all the time in Berserk.
Lava barf, lava barf. The shield does not protect against fire.
Big surprise.
And I think the World Master is dead.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Yep, he died. What? You fucked up. You fucked up. Would have been fine if he had spank plate. I love how even on spank plate you could use a Titanite slab. I'm just like, who would?
Taco the Rock.
I guess Taco the Rock would. You smack someone with it, you just send them flying. See, honestly, I think... Shall we dance, Mosquito Man?
Guess this is my cape now.
So your honest thing is just kill Mildred, and then you can kill the spider dude, and if you want to grind after that, then...
Just want to kill this mosquito. Come on, Mildred.
I don't remember her cleaver being that big.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the size of a great sword. And she's got Spink Plank with her.
Spank plank, you traitor.
Hey, I'm not helping her. She kidnapped me.
Dwapook. Just come and help me. Summoning failed.
Spink Plank taught Babius the meaning of friendship.
Am I being invaded?
See, I do remember. I think in this level you can also find another spank plank, so you could have two-handed spank planks. One for defense, one for attack. See, I think in at least the Dark Souls 2, using 2 shields is not, like, stupid. You could use it as an actual weapon set.
They even put in enemies as a joke for people who did that in the first Dark Souls.
It's like Quelaag feels nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all!
You should totally let those guys bite you in the head.
Come on, Maneater.
The funny thing about Maneater is that it could be just misread as that she kills men or that she actually eat them.
I think it's meant literally.
Yeah, I can see that. She has a giant cleaver.
No, 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 no.
Shun no 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 no.
No, 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 no.
See, as cool as that cannon is, Gamma Station, Guts broke it. Just saying.
Chubby girls are lovely.
Oh yeah.
This one I don't expect to be pretty, necessarily, though.
If I imagine her just taking off that, like, that sack of her face and she is beautiful, that'd be hilarious.
Or she takes off the sack, she looks like me.
You just get this horrified look on her face. You mean more? Do you mean like you literally or your baby head?
Baby head.
Okay. You just can't summon shit today, huh?
Guess not.
Oh well. Maneater will just have to eat a not man.
Skip, I don't care. There we go.
I feel like Maneater Mildred just got out here and went, oh, that's not a man, I'm going home. And you just go, well, the spider could be a man. And she's like, good point. Yeah, with Maneater around, this fight's very easy. I don't think I've ever lost in this fight. Of course, I never approached the fight by myself. Why would you when you can summon Mandred? Or, well, not Mandred, Mildred. Mildred!
Yeah.
Mildred's maternal instincts kick in. Now she must protect Babius? No. It's really she wants to protect Spankplank.
Don't push me into the lava.
Mildred wants to fight Quelaag to see who's sexier in Blighttown.
Mildred is doing badly.
Stop staying in the lava, stupid.
She can handle the lava. She can't handle actually being attacked. She's just about gone. There she... Oh, she's still going. There she goes.
Alright, this might get a little tougher. Miss Blighttown is exactly the child that Babius has always wanted. He was a toddler in Tierra, after all.
The true horror story of Dark Souls. We got Gwendolyn's shitty childhood.
He's gonna stand behind her and just give her a massive German suplex into the lava.
Well, she's immune to her lava.
But I think they just add for a dramatic effect.
Speaking of lava, I think it's finally gone. So I can actually move around a little bit.
She's like, I'm trying to kill you, but I do feel guilty about it. I mean, you are a baby. Yeah, I kind of... See, you bring up a good point, Xerox. I really do want a series of game, like maybe a game series where that's like a shooter or something like that, where you play a character that just does wrestling moves to people. Like there's just an army after you, and you just give one like a suplex over into a table for no reason.
I'm safe.
Somehow.
No, I am not.
Whoa.
There I go. Man, I was so close, too.
Jambalaya on tonight.
Yeah, there is no more heroes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I want a game where, like, you don't use other weapons. You're just like, you know, you guys have all your guns, you have your ninjas, you have explosives. I'm just gonna grab you and then powerbomb you into space. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Not, but to monsters, not people. I want to see a suplex a T-Rex.
Suplex a T-Rex.
They would do that in Axe Cop. You had the ninja suplex where you kick someone in the air and you did that like flying head pile driver, so that's pretty close. And yes, I have read all of the chapters of One Punch Man, and it is glorious. Yes, it is Unidrop.
One Punch Man, the real shooter.
Bosses would be so easy because you just hit them once and they're gone.
Equalizing extort.
What I like about One Punch Man, even like on the strongest enemy, he's like, I guess you're pretty strong, and then he just destroys them. Wait, really? There was a character in Final Fantasy VI that suplexed a train? I gotta see that.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. Like, it's just so stupid that I love it.
Something tells me I'm not summoning this guy. Yep. Eh. That's the wrong way! There we go. I'd like that principal versus deer clip more if it weren't for all the screaming.
That's true. If you just turn the volume down, it's fine.
It's insane.
Principal doesn't take that deer shit. Just...
You just shot on Mildred. One more hit. Nope, one more hit now. Nope, not one more hit now. There
Now
we
this
go.
time.
Bye. I got twin humanities. And the lava's still here. Let's run into it. No. Yoshi. For some reason, you're not a mod yet. There you are. Oh, I timed that one well.
Okay, to be fair, he doesn't just suplex a train, he suplexes a ghost train. That's even better.
Yoshi says it's almost 3 in the morning. I have class tomorrow, but I'm eating cheesecake. Welcome to college life. Well, don't worry, folks. I'm pretty much done. Just about. I just wanted to get the last bell. Whoops.
Did you hit him? Or did you say no?
I said no. But if I just reset?
Just give him a suplex, it's fine.
Eh. 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 Oh, what? Well, here, let me see. How much does it cost to use my longbow? Oh, I can use it right now anyway. Ooh, I got a pyromancy that I can't use, because I have no pyromancy.
I thought anyone could use pyromancy.
How much humanity do I actually have? 320, about 17, yeah. And I think that's good enough for today. I'm glad I got back to this game. It's always fun when I do.
Seems like you made it through it pretty quickly, too.
Yeah. I've only played it for, like, less than a year. But it feels like I've been playing it for a long time. Well, if you miss these streams, since I'm breezing through the game for the most part, I'm probably gonna have a few more. I'm gonna keep uploading what I have left of Travis's original streams up to part 32. I'm gonna upload them every other day, so it's just gonna be about a week. And then I'll upload the whole thing of this, which is a little over 3 hours. And then it's gonna continue on from there.
Word.
Alright, everyone. Thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging out.